When cold gentle breeze passes through me and makes gentle whisper inside the dark empty rooms, I return back to the glorious past when I was never like this, in terms of my younger days. Now I am old and soothing breeze and shining moonlight make me remember of my old days. Now I am well known as a part of Sri Mohan Shiksha Kendra. People call me the main building. Every day more than 1200 students come to do their studies. 40 teachers and 18 non-teaching staff take care of them and their studies. When they come, my soul becomes happy seeing their joyful, lively and positive vibes. Till their presence, I forget the events of my past days as I remain engrossed in their activities. Recently, I got a new friend named Science Building. He often asks me about the old days of mine. So, one day after the school, I was over and I had a whole of 2 days as holidays. I started telling him some of my memorable past events. I tell him how happy I was in my old days, and listening to them, he always asks me how everything was changed during the span of 159 years from my establishment. So I tell him about the changes occurred during this time, some by nature and some by humans. The river was very near to me and I could clearly see it. I find the students in my memory lane who used to come from the other bank of the river to attend their classes. I also told him the story of that student used to swim across the river and came here to attend classes. Slowly, as years passed, the river changes its way to the sea and went much far, but was still visible to me. But when humans started to live at the bank of it, they made their buildings for social life, and slowly the river disappeared from my view. Once Science Building asked who was the best head teacher according to me during these years. I immediately recalled Mr. Shamal Kanto Sen, the second only teacher after Sri Kumud Lal Chaudhuri, who alone taught the students from 1870 to 1900. That time only 50 students were there. I could also remember Mr. Sen's fight for achieving the government recognition for the school. In the names of my favorite students, I remember almost more than 50 students as they fought for their motherland against British government. Many of them are forgotten by people as well as by the history, but I can't. I still remember a team of freedom fighters were there to hide themselves in first floor room on their way to the Chattogram armory attack led by Master Surya Sen. There were 4 of my favorite students in that team. Suddenly, a drop of water fell on my head, and I noticed that the moon was covered by dark clouds, and at the next moment, it started raining. At that moment, he asked me about the most sorrowful event of mine till date. There is no such particular event, my dear, I said. When a teacher is insulted, it hurts me a lot. Also, the downfall of the quality of education makes me cry. I have seen many of students coming and leaving with a remarkable result every year. But I always questioned myself that does a remarkable result contain a remarkable education?